Guys, so this is day 2 of the 7-day series of the Primal Bootcamp. And my name is Jerome, and these are my socials. I just finished spearfishing, and I caught this fish. I think it's called a milkfish, but I have no idea why it's so big. I shot it here, hit the spine, paralyzed it. And this video is going to be all about food. Now, you don't have to be living on an island like me, spearfishing twice a week for you to eat healthy. If you want to build your ideal physique, you want to build a physique where you have high muscle mass, low fat, and more energy in your day-to-day life, watch this video. The first tip I'm gonna give you is practice some type of fasting in your daily life. Me personally, for the past 2-3 years, what I do is I eat from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that is an 8-hour feeding window. After 8 p.m. and before noon, which is 12 p.m., I don't eat anything that has calories. Sometimes I'll have black coffee or tea, but it doesn't have sugar, so it's pretty much 0 calories. This is very important if you want to increase your metabolism and effectively burn more fat so that you can lose weight while building and maintaining muscle mass. And yes, my spearfishing just now, it's done fasted. So from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., I hunt with an empty stomach, and the last thing I ate was approximately 8 p.m. the night before. And if you think this is something that's quite extreme, it's actually the opposite. This is something that's very natural. Your body is supposed to have extended periods of time during your waking window where you're not eating. It's only through modern times that we have supermarkets, fast foods, food deliveries, packaged food that makes food so convenient. We're not supposed to be digesting food every hour of our waking moment. But if you are a woman, you have to be a bit careful because your fasting cannot be that extreme because you've got different hormones compared to men. Whereas for men, we are meant to be hunting. We are meant to be putting in effort to get food and not something where we press a button and the food's ready. Speaking of which, it's almost 11:30 a.m. and I accidentally forgot to bring my mangoes, which I used to break my fast today. So I'm starving, I gotta get home and eat. But before I pack my stuff and head back home, click on the subscribe button because I'm gonna be releasing more videos like this in this channel. So now that I'm home, I only have 2 mangoes in the fridge. The 3 mangoes that I brought with me in my backpack, I think they accidentally fell off because I put it at the top. And mangoes, I like to just peel it like this. So the reason why I like to break my fast with fruits, especially after the fasted workout, is because your body can really use the sugar, the natural sugar from fruits. This is not the same thing as processed sugar. The way your body responds to the sugar here is going to be very different from how it responds to processed sugar. And now that they're peeled, this is going to be my first calorie of the day after doing the fasted spearfishing session for 3 hours. Nice. This is why I know the carnivore diet is not the ideal diet. We're meant to eat fruits, definitely. And this thing right here, this is from a barracuda that bit me earlier. Their teeth are really, really sharp. So I highly suggest you don't get bitten by them. So after I'm done eating these 2 mangoes, I'm gonna tell you the rest of the tips I have for food. Okay, I lied, the 2 mangoes are not enough. So I'm gonna eat this one also. It's a red dragon fruit. So far I told you to practice fasting in your day-to-day life. So the next tip I'm gonna give you is this. Beware of modern research and experts. When I was obsessing about fitness and health, I researched a lot about what's the best type of diet. I went vegan for 10 months. Then I also did carnivore diet. And the truth is this, when you research using your laptop or your smartphone, you can find evidence to support whatever it is you want to believe. There's even a group of people calling themselves Supertherians, and they believe that basically all you need is breath. You don't need food.
What?
Most research and experts today, they do things and they publish findings and they fund research based on profit. So how do you combat this? By reading about history so that you can see the big picture and understand better that the human body is the product of natural selection and evolution. So what your ancestors have been eating for a long time is most likely gonna be the food that also nourish your body. So now that you know to look out for food that your ancestors will recognize as food, what exactly are you supposed to be eating? Well, at the bottom of this video, there's going to be a link to my Primal Protocol Blueprint. And it's free, and you'll see the 4 categories of food that I recommend you eat. Protein, carbs, vegetables, and fat. But right now, without any kind of planning, I'm also going to show you what are the food in my kitchen. So I think the most obvious thing is to show you guys what I caught this morning. Well, at least one of the fishes that I caught this morning, which is this barracuda right here. But we also eat a lot of pasture-raised eggs right here. And we have pasture-raised chicken right here. And we'll have lamb, other fish. And when it comes to vegetables, look here, we've got pumpkin, potatoes, sweet potatoes, but we also eat carrots, buckwheat, and quinoa. Because this video is unscripted and I'm really showing you what's in my kitchen, I realized that vegetables is actually kind of running low in our fridge. So we have bell pepper, cucumber, tomatoes here, and we'll have thyme, celery, cabbage, mushrooms, and usually we'll also have sauerkraut, which we make ourselves, but we just finished it. And when it comes to fat, this is what we eat: olive oil, tallow for high fire cooking, coconut oil, but also we eat nuts such as hazelnuts, macadamia nuts. And even though I'm shredded like this all year round, I really love food, especially delicious food. So here are the seasonings that we use. Of course, we'll have salt, but we'll also have thyme, parsley, paprika, curry powder, garlic powder, clove, rosemary, coriander, and turmeric. I'm not sure if I double counted some of those spices and herbs. And how can I almost forget tomato paste as well. This is something that's really delicious that I add on a lot of food dishes. And yes, I forgot to add, when it comes to carbs, fruits is a big part of our carbs. So here we have papaya, dragon fruit, bananas right here, and also frozen berries, blueberries, strawberries. So I think you can tell that our kitchen, it's pretty healthy. We don't have processed refined sugar, we don't have alcohol, we don't have bad industrial seed oils, no MSG, and no artificial flavoring, well, as much as possible. And yes, like almost all normal people, I also have a sweet tooth. So how do I satisfy that without the processed sugar? By using bananas right here, or sometimes I'll use stevia powder or dates to sweeten things up. But by far the most important ingredient to cure my sweet tooth and my family's sweet tooth is honey. So raw honey. If you're thinking, how can I eat so clean without losing my sanity? That's because your taste buds actually change when you eat clean. It won't change overnight, it won't change after a few days, but given a long enough period, the more you eat clean, the more you will want to eat clean because your gut microbiome changes with the food that you naturally consume. So if you ask me, how often do I crave potato chips or French fries? Almost never. So actually I got sidetracked and I started talking about the third tip already, which is minimize the toxins in your food. So when I explained to you what was in my kitchen, the 4 food groups that I eat and that I recommend you to eat, it also automatically minimizes the toxins in your food. Bad processed industrial seed oils, processed sugar. Unfortunately, a lot of these toxins are found in food, especially when you eat outside. It doesn't matter if the restaurant meal costs you $50. Most likely, they're using grain-fed beef or commercially raised animals, and they're using bad oil, and they're using sometimes iodized salt, which is not good for you, and they're also using other kinds of flavorings that mess with your taste buds and your gut microbiome. You have to understand that your body is a machine. It's an engine. And it uses food as fuel. When you're putting fuel that is not clean, there's gonna be residue somewhere there, and it's gonna ultimately hurt your metabolism, your hormones, and your gut health. And at the end of the day, if those 3 things are not optimized, it's gonna be harder for you to build your ideal physique, where it's effortless for you to stay shredded, or effortless for you to have amazing energy all day long. And my last tip for you is this: fats or carbs are not the enemy. So when it comes to fats, I eat a lot of fats every day. I fry a lot of my food, but I use healthy fats, healthy oils like ghee, extra virgin olive oil, and I eat a lot of nuts and avocado as well. Not to mention the fact that I eat a lot of lamb, which is very fatty, and also fish, salmon, it's fatty. And when it comes to carbs, I think I just showed you. I ate 2 mangoes and 1 dragon fruit. I would normally eat 3 to 4 mangoes, but I just ran out today. And every day, I eat some kind of starchy carbs. It could be buckwheat, pumpkin, quinoa, or sweet potatoes, or regular potatoes. You need to understand that even if weight loss is your #1 priority, if you don't eat enough healthy fats and nutritious carbs, your fat loss progress will stop. Because at the end of the day, your body is going to be in survival mode. It's not going to feel safe. So it's not going to want to burn more of your body fat because it feels it's not getting the essential nutrients it needs. And healthy fats and nutritious carbs are essential for you. Now, if you want the more expansive Primal Food Protocol, it's included in my free Primal Protocol Blueprint. And if you click on the link below, you can get that. But if you want to work one-on-one with me to help transform your physique to build your healthiest and sexiest physique, if you want to burn fat, lose that belly fat that you've been having for a long time that you couldn't get rid of, I work with clients one-on-one. I only have 8 spots because I need to really dig deep into their day-to-day lifestyle to give them daily feedback on their food and their exercise. It's a bunch of things, but the link is also below if you're interested in that. So if you've watched this far, here's my homework / takeaway for you. Look into your kitchen and remove the bad food. If you have MSG, if you have processed table sugar, if you have bad oils, throw that away. And go to the grocery store and buy more healthy food, especially the groups of food that you've been missing after I walked you through what I think you should be eating. Again, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe because this is just day 2 of the 7-day Primal Bootcamp. And over the next few days, I'm gonna talk to you about training, about sleep, about rewilding, about LSD, and no, that's not the drug. And we're gonna tie it all together so that you could actually transform your physique and health and fitness.